Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phay, and welcome to the channel. You know, when my wife and I got married, we decided to raid my late grandfather's whiskey collection. He was there in spirit. Today, we're taking a look at, or unboxing, 20 strong with the Solar Sentinels kit already inside it. Now, this is from Chip Theory Games. I know this has been out for a while, but this is one that I actually backed on crowdfunding, and I just happened to get my copy, and I've been waiting for this, and it's just a solo little game. So, tell you what, let's go down to the table, let's open this thing up, and let's see what is inside this little tiny box. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is 20 strong. Now, this does include the Solar Sentinels, because I know you have to have the base game, and then there's like all the different module boxes and stuff as well. But I'll tell you what, I want to play this game. I have seen a bunch on this game, and I can't wait to play it. Now, this is for 14 and up, 30 to 40 minute playing time, and like I said, solo Chip Theory Games. Now, I am a super fan of Chip Theory Games. I think, a majority of everything they have, and I absolutely love all of their stuff. And this little solo game in this little tiny box, I have been excited about. I missed it when it first came out. I really wanted to get it, and I didn't. So when they did the Tanglewood Kickstarter or Game Found campaign, that is when I backed this one. Okay, so inside it, look at that. We've got a nice little felt lining inside that box. You can see that. It's Chip Theory Games. It's quality all the way. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to start off and we're going to have this little teeny tiny rule book. There's your icons, okay, in case you want to know what all your icons are. Now, this book's going to have a lot of pages. Looks like it's 28 pages. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of game in here for that. Okay, I'll try to keep this in the camera for you real fast. And I know you can also download this rule book online as well, and all the expansion pieces have their own. But what this rule book's going to do is this rule book is going to tell you how to play the core game. And then what you have to do is every one of the expansion boxes that you use, you're going to have the individual rule books for those as well. All right. So you have your base game and then how everything's going to match up. Okay. Now we got our end phase right there. You're going to have your rewards. All right. Some key terms. So you can see we lost rules a long time ago. There's not a lot of rules to this game at all. And that's what I like about this game. A lot of decisions, but simple gameplay. All right. Now we have our Solo Sentinel main box. We'll put that off to the side. Now we're going to have a nice little player token here, which is really nice. This is for, I believe it's your turnarounds and to track your different victories and everything. This is actually a really nice magnetic token. I really like this one. Okay. I'll tell you what, stick around to the end though, because I actually have the upgraded one and I'll unbox that one at the very end. All right, so inside of here, we're going to get a little dry thing and we're going to see our dice. Now, that's what this game is all about, right? It's all about the dice. So there you go. And I'll tell you what, Chip Theory dice have always been super high quality. These things look absolutely fantastic. Now, I know there's a couple of them. There's these three right there. We'll pull those ones out. Okay, so there's your main 20 strong dice right there. Okay, that's the main stuff you're going to be rolling. Put those in the box. Now you're going to have these dice, and depending on the character you're playing, this is going to tell you what their health is. So you never roll these dice. Okay, they're just roll down dice. All right, this is going to tell you, I believe, if I remember right, how many cards, or no, how many rolls you can have per turn. And this dice here is going to tell you what your recovery is. See, there's 1, 2, see how they, 1 and 6 should be opposite each other, and they're not. Okay, but that's going to tell you how many dice you can be able to recover at the end of the turn. Now, let's take a look inside of this one, because like I said, we have to have a game to play. Without the game, the dice don't really do you anything. All right, let's put those dice back in there. Let's line them up on the bottom because we know we're going to be putting this box back in there. Okay, so let's get this opened up. Now, I'm curious. One thing I never really looked at is what's the quality of the cards. Okay, so that was just kind of sitting there on the back because I know they always use plastic cards. They use the same plastic card quality for all these as well. Okay, and it actually kind of really feels like they did. So here is our rules of play for the Solar Sentinels and how to play. Oh, and this is going to be one of those fold-out ones. I thought it was. based on what I saw online when I pulled this down. So I'll try to go through all this. Okay, so we got win and losing. We got the setup for how these play. All right. Then we got shuffle bosses, our missions, and our cleanup and our discard pile. And then right there, we'll pull that down. There's your game layout, your heroes, mandatory enemies, and your bosses. And then on the back, we're going to have a little bit extra information. So there's that top half of that. Then we go down to the missions, and we got our end game. We got our rankings down here if you need to make the game tougher. Okay, here's your flow of the round, and here's your little story. Okay, very nice. Just put that off to the side while you're playing, and you're good to go. Okay, now the cards. How do the cards look? And boy, I'll tell you what, these are slippery as all get up. So I believe those are your bosses. Okay, these are going to be your main enemies you're going to be fighting. And I think these are some items, or no, these are the different goals you have to do, and then these are your characters. Okay, all right, and I think each one of these is double-sided, so we'll figure it out. So there's your Pike Master Orlo. Yep, your Astral Scout Raven, Stellar Blade. I love the arts in here. The artwork's cool. Just the fact that Chip Theory is doing they have so much stuff, and they're doing this little space theme game. It's actually kind of really cool. All right, now I know you have to, I think, pick 3 of these if I remember right, and you're gonna do them in order. Okay, so but you're gonna like draw 4 or something, and then pick which 3 you want, and you have to do them, and you pick the order that you want to be able to do them in, and then you have to be able to complete them in those orders. And in typical fashion for Chip Theory games, these cards are hard to hold on to. All right, I just want to give you an idea what all these look like. All right, and there you go. That's those. Okay, now, what do the main bad guys look like? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of flip through them real fast. You can pause it for a second. I don't know if there's any duplicates. I'll try to see if I can find those. Like those 2 look like, no, they're not. So there may or may not be duplicates in this set. But we'll just go through them and we'll see what we can find. Got everything zoomed in, so I'm having a real hard time trying to keep all this stuff on camera for you folks. Okay, the Bee Seeker. Of course, you got the value of them on the top. The ones that have this border, those are the mandatory ones that you have to do. I love the reflective these have. I mean, it's just Chip Theory games. It's just quality all the way around. It's just always quality. Another mandatory one. And I know some of these are really tough. All right. But I'll say what, the cool thing about Chip Theory games, I have never sleeved a single card in their games. There is no need to. Unless they have some games that I haven't played. I think they have like more of a children's line, and maybe those aren't plastic. I don't know. But every game I own, they're all good. Okay, and then here's our main bosses. And you're always going to go up against one of these bosses. And of course, they always bring a ton of enemies with them. Okay. And then there's your last one, the Mother Spore. So, yep. Oh, the B probably for boss. And there you go. And so that's everything. Like I said, there's not a ton to this game. They're not expensive. These aren't really expensive games. Like I said, not a ton. But there's really a lot of gameplay inside these boxes. I mean, every one of those bosses you're going up against, and the thing is, it's a dice chucking game. So there's a ton of luck involved. And I can't get this little flap open because I put the rule book in there. But yeah, there's a ton of luck that's involved in these games as well. But that's just how these games are. But that's what I like about them. Okay, so let's get this lid on. And that is 20 strong with the Solar Sentinels built into the base core game. Absolutely love it. But for those of you that may have been looking at this, I don't know if you can still buy these or if you can get these online after the fact. I don't know. But I just wanted to check it out. I wanted to see what this was going to look like. It looks super cool. But this is all metal, folks. Okay, that just shiny. That is metal. There's a lot of weight to this. But man, look how that is gorgeous. That thing just shines. And there's the backside, and I think this is used for some of the other sets. I don't know which ones, but there you go. Absolutely fantastic. So, all right, there you go. That is 20 strong. Now, let's head back up top. Let's close this out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That is 20 strong by Chip Theory Games. This thing looks absolutely phenomenal. Quality, as always, out of the park. And I did want to do this. This is the token that I originally showed you as well. Okay. And I wanted to show you the difference because side by side, this is the other one that I got. And I mean, you can feel the difference. This thing is so much weight to it. Absolutely looks phenomenal. I can't wait to use this one on the games. And the other thing I wanted to let you know too is I went all in on this Kickstarter. This is all out of my personal money. Chip Theory didn't send me anything, but I also bought these. And I'm going to open up all of these in separate videos. I'm going to do them individually. So that way, if somebody wants to see just one box, they can look at just the one box. But I also got the red for the Tanglewoods. Plus, I got all of those decks as well. And I even have all the promos that came in. And I know Chip Theory, they have individual entries at BGG for all of these. So I'll end up doing all these as individuals, and I will just post those videos in their individual pages out there on Board Game Geek. So you can see those hopefully not too far in the future. Okay, I want to try to get those out as soon as I can because, man, I tell you what, I want to play every one of these. Well, thank you once again for joining me today. As always, I please ask you like my videos on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on Facebook, and even on X. And please leave me a comment on any one of those platforms, and I will get to those comments just as soon as I can. And also, if you like the videos that I provide you here, I humbly ask you to click on the subscription button if you haven't already subscribed and join my little family, and even click on the bell and be notified when I drop new videos. And if you like the videos that I do here, I also post videos over on the Discriminating Gamers channel. Over there, I'll do some unboxing, some reviews, and some playthroughs as well. I will leave a link to Cody's channel in the details down below. So tell me, what style of shoe does a frog wear? Open-toed.